What's going on, guys? Guess who's alive? So, I know I am very late to talking about Takepi's Original Sin, as this didn't air last season, but the season before that. This came out all the way back in the summer of this year, and I actually had wrote this script before the show even finished airing. I went ahead of the show and read the manga just for this video, but I never ended up getting around to making it. So, with 2025 coming to a close, I decided that I wanted to revisit this anime, because out of all the ones I watched this year, this one had, for some reason, such an emotional impact on me. So enough of me yapping, let's get into my personal favorite anime of 2025. Hey guys, I want to start this video off with a pretty big warning, as the anime I'm going to be talking today really deep dives into a lot of very dark themes and some spoilers that if you haven't watched it, I don't want you to be spoiled on. Take this moment now to truly decide if you wish to continue this video. If you don't, you're not going to hurt my feelings. I just don't want anything I talk about today in this video to bring up any possible past drama you, the viewer, may have, or just make you relive some events you may not want to relive. This video I'm making is being made to be purely educational, and I would really hate for you, the viewer, to have your day ruined by some of the topics that I'm going to be covering in this video. For those of you wishing to stay, thank you. I very much appreciate you and your support, and you guys have officially been warned. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Let's get into it. I was bullied as a kid. For as long as I can remember, when I was going through school, I was always bullied in some way, shape, or form. For many years, it was because my ears were too big for my head. And then it was because of how skinny I used to be. And then it was because I was making YouTube videos in high school. And lastly, probably the biggest reason was because I liked anime. Bullying is a very prominent thing in school, and I imagine you watching this video probably have had your own experiences with bullying. Bullying wasn't, isn't, and never will be cool. I'm really sorry to burst all you bullies' bubbles that you may be watching this video, but you're not cool. Sorry. According to ABC News, an average of 30% of kids are either bullied or are a bully. Each year, 4,400 kids to young teens commit suicide, and those that are bullied are 7 to 9% more likely to commit suicide. In today's video, I'm going to be covering a way more serious topic than I ever have done. But the anime I'm going to be covering is one of the most serious, gut-wrenching, bittersweet anime I think I have ever watched. Today, we are going to be talking about this year's Takepi's Original Sin. When this anime was airing, I saw it circulating a lot on Twitter, and people were coining it as the saddest anime of 2025. And to be honest, I kind of agree with them. Takepi's Original Sin is an anime that covers a lot of dark themes such as bullying, suicide, murder, domestic violence, child neglect, low self-esteem, poor family life, being a disappointment, and much, much more. This anime covers topics that most other anime find to be too real and too taboo to even get near with a 10-foot pole, which has personally made me gain a lot of respect for Studio Mxtteo, aka the studio that came out with the newest rendition of Spice and Wolf back in 2024. Takepi's Original Sin starts off with our main character Shizuka meeting this octopus-looking alien who she names Takepi because he looks like an octopus. Get it? Anyways, Takepi tells Shizuka it is an alien from the planet Happy that was sent to Earth to use its happy gadgets to help make the inhabitants of planet Earth happy. Takepi, being from a planet that only knows happiness, has no clue Shizuka is even being bullied, or really what the concept of bullying even is. To commemorate their meeting, Takepi pulls out this happy camera and takes a picture of the two of them. The importance of this camera will be brought up later. Days go by, and Shizuka and Takepi become friends more and more, until one day, Shizuka shows up at Takepi completely battered, bruised, and just has the most dead inside look on her face. We learn that Shizuka's closest friend in the whole world, Chappie, her dog, has been put down as she is holding his collar in her hand. After lying to Takapi and telling him she got in a fight with a friend, Takapi offers Shizuka its reconciliation ribbon, so her and the friend she fought can tie the ribbon on the end of each other's pinkies and they will automatically make up. After some hesitation, Takapi gives the ribbon to Shizuka despite the rules saying she needs to be supervised when given any happy gadget. After being sent on her way, hours go by and there's no sign of Shizuka. So Takapi gets worried and goes to Shizuka's house to check on her. Upon entering Shizuka's home, Takapi gently opens the door and finds Shizuka hanging from the ceiling. Not understanding why she would do this, Takapi vows to help Shizuka and prevent this outcome from ever happening. So Takapi whips out its happy camera and reveals it can go back in time to when the photo was taken if it reinserts the photo into the camera, thus ending only episode 1. Takapi's original sin follows 4 main characters, Shizuka and Takapi, who I have already mentioned, but we also have Marina and Azuma. Marina is the popular girl at school who bullies Shizuka, trying to make her life a literal living hell. The deeper we get into the story, we actually learn why Marina bullies Shizuka so badly, and the saddest part is that Shizuka actually has nothing to do with the problem. You see, Shizuka's mom is an escort, and Marina's dad is actually Shizuka's mom's biggest client. This has caused a very rough home life for Marina, since Marina's dad is always spending time with Shizuka's mom despite being still married to Marina's mom. With Marina's mom not being able to handle this and constantly arguing with her husband about it, Marina's mom only has one person she can truly take all this anger out on, and that sadly is Marina. This is why Marina bullies Shizuka so hard. All of her pain and suffering from her home life is taken out on poor Shizuka, who absolutely has no control or anything to do with what her mom and Marina's dad do whatsoever. Then we have Azuma. He is the student council president that has a crush on Shizuka, but despite seeming like the perfect smart kid of the class, he too has his own problems. Azuma is the younger brother, and his older brother Junya is seen as the perfect person by literally everyone. He's popular, he gets perfect grades, he is his mom's favorite, and everything he does, he just naturally does it perfectly. Azuma chases his brother's shadow constantly, so much so it drives him to literal madness and has given him a very deep inferiority complex. As the story dives deeper, we get to see all of these problems in a deeper sense and in the end see them all resolved, making this anime the most bittersweet anime I have ever watched. Takapi's original sin touches on 3 of the biggest home life types of abuse a child can endure: neglection, physical abuse, and verbal/mental abuse. According to the National Children's Alliance in 2022, it was reported that 550,000 children in the US alone were victims of some sort of abuse and neglect. I have a lot of respect for Studio Inishiya for adapting this short manga that touches on such deep and dark subjects, while also animating it so beautifully. This anime as a whole is a complete masterpiece. From start to finish, it has your heart aching and your gut wrenching, but you just can't stop watching until you get to the end. This is one of the few anime I have watched that made me pick up the manga just because I had to know how this story ended, or it would have kept me up at night. I have watched my fair share of sad anime like Your Lie in April and Plastic Memories, but this one genuinely takes the #1 spot on my list as the saddest anime I have ever watched. Anime like this only comes once in a couple of years, and if you have yet to experience this absolute masterpiece, I am demanding that you go watch this. Takapi's Original Sin is currently ranked number 37 on my anime list, and I honestly think that ranking is a little low. But that just goes to show how good of an anime this really is. I have been seeing some talk over the course of this year as to whether or not this might actually end up as Anime of the Year. Now, I don't really think that is going to happen, but even if it doesn't win the official award, I truly think Takapi's Original Sin will go down as Anime of the Year for 2025 in our hearts. What's going on, guys? Long time no see. I'm really bad about doing this. I'm sorry I wasn't really around this much this year. I want to say I was busy, but to be honest, I was just lazy. I've had some mental health problems and really deciding if YouTube was right for me, and it has taken up until now for me to realize that I don't want to give this up. I want to do this. And honestly, that has a lot to do with you guys. Without your guys' support, I wouldn't be able to keep pushing on mentally like I have up until now. And I promise I'm going to make 2026 a way better year. That being said, I want to thank you guys so much for 1,000 subscribers. Like, holy shit. That means the absolute world to me. I read every single comment that I get. I get notifications on my phone and I'll read them on my computer. And your guys' support and your comments just mean the absolute world to me. So thank you. Thank you so much for all of your kind words and demanding me to make more videos. I hope you enjoyed this one. I know it's a little short, but I wanted to get something out just to kind of get myself back in the flow of things. So I hope you guys had a good Christmas. I hope you have a happy new year, and let's make 2026 one hell of a year. Ciao.